Guess who? I said earlier today that there was a likelihood that I would shit all over my feelings. And that is exactly what happened. Not with purpose, but ultimately altogether. At the end of my last conversation, my last expression, I think that's what I'll call it. My last expression, I had an intrusive thought that she would just tell me outright that she couldn't handle speaking with me anymore. And what I believe is happening is that she's seeing someone else and just doesn't want to tell me because she doesn't want me to flip out. Or maybe she thinks that I'm like holding her things ransom and she won't tell me the truth until after she's got them back because I have like her Pokemon cards. Stuff like that, basically. And it's really hard not to feel some kind of way about it. It's really hard. I fucking hate that. If you can't tell, I'm outside. I am on the roof. Feeling like I betrayed myself. Because I came out here for starters, and it's loud as shit. But no, I get this feeling that, it's just the way that things happen, the coincidences are just too coincidental. The moment I have a fear that I'm going to open the phone and see that she wants to get rid of me, she's like, hey, by the way, are you keeping my stuff? And it's so easy to translate that to, hey, can I get my shit back? And maybe that's the reason she's been chatty with me today. I don't know. And I've been using the sock puppet technique to talk with her. Well, not with her because she's not there. I guess to an avatar of her. Best way to put it. It helps a little, but not very much. Only helps, but so much. And I'm really disappointed in myself because I had a really great high today. I felt really positive. I felt really optimistic. I felt really, I felt really hopeful. And that fell through. I felt really hopeful, and that fell through. I really want her back. But this suspicion that she's already found someone else would make her someone that I would not want back. And it feels like my brain is trying to find a way to subvert my positivity, to poison my thoughts, and make it so that I don't love someone that I love very much, to dissuade me from the feelings that I have towards her. It just feels like another way that my mind is trying to defend me from hypotheticals. But the problem is that these hypotheticals feel so real and so likely, because good things don't really happen for me. Very rarely. And when they do, they cost so much for me. Good things don't happen in my life without so much sacrifice and toiling. And yeah, you can say that that's how it is for everyone, but just the level of toiling, it's different. And if I do recover from this and we find ourselves back together, how will I fight the fear? You know, I have the tools, but I don't have her trust, and I don't have any confidence, and I need confidence, and I need trust, and I need it from someone who cannot offer it to me. And that is all very difficult for me right now. She does just put makeup on sometimes, but the way that she was dressed, what she fell asleep in, the eyeliner on her face, I've seen her in the same outfit and she went out with me in it. What does that tell me? There's so many ways that I can identify things, and I wish that I could express in full detail how many times I've had some delusional thought and it was actually real. Not that I made it real, but it was real. Paranoia is a sickness, but it has also been my forecasting tool. It has been a very protective force in my life. Fear. But my fear breeds ignorance, intolerance, hubris. Because once I start getting cocky and telling myself that I can fix it or that I can fight it, I fail at it. And I feel awful. I was lucky enough to spare myself from the last meaningful relationship I have in my life being completely pulverized by something as insignificant as not understanding a fucking medication. There's so much more to it than that. But to have, if I even had a modicum of understanding, I could have spared both of us so much grief, and possibly even myself from losing Alex. If I knew one detail about one medication as well known as birth control, I could have handled so many arguments so much differently. Instead of throwing every possible rational and irrational fear at machine gun speeds at people that loved me and just wanted to understand what my fucking problem was. And instead of ever talking about what that problem was, I would just tell them they wouldn't understand. I would tell them it wasn't worth talking about. I would tell them that I've already told them. But who have I told anything? I can barely stand to tell Alex how I feel now. And she's good to me, all things considered. Most people who've been through what I've put her through would would block me and think nothing of it. Not her. And the only other person who's ever been that kind to me gave me my first child, so how am I supposed to give up on that? You can't throw that away. But if she throws me away, then what does it say? You know? Did I run into another Asia? And if I did, how's my heart going to handle that? I don't believe that, but you know, in a world where you're afraid, all things are possible. And I don't want to be afraid right now. I really don't. I wish that I could just call her and tell her, hey, listen, this is what I'm going through. This is how my problem functions. I'm sorry if this is inconvenient, but it would really mean a lot to me if I could share these thoughts with you and you could help me them through them. Because she was the first person in my life to do that with me, and that's the truth. Without there being an argument, without there being some information gathering ritual or some fucking process where I'm broken down through questions and questions and questions, I had one person in my life who could immediately see me getting frustrated and irrational and just grab my face and say, hey, it's okay, in a way that felt and sounded honest. I didn't feel like I was irritating her. I didn't feel like I was making her upset. She was a voice of tranquility that pulled me from out of my head of purple smog, the toxic fumes of my frustration, and she set me straight. Like the fucking whisper of me. And right now, more than ever, I need that. And I cannot ask that of her. When we were friends, it was a given. When she was trying to push me into doing more than I wanted to in the beginning, she was nice to me. I told myself not to get involved. I did. My heart got caught up in the garrote wire and it pulled. And now that I'm in bits and ribbons, I feel so betrayed. And I feel like such a fool for even saying that. Because real love does not do this to itself. Real love does not do this to real love. And if this truly is what's best for us, then I'd like to think that there's growth happening on both sides instead of replacement. Because I fear what it would do to me to know that someone else that I feel this much about can so easily replace me. When I've already feel like I've been demonstrated by everyone else in my life how easily replaceable I can be. Even if not altogether, for certain things. Be it for friendship, be it for guidance, be it for sexual gratification, I am expendable in some way, shape, or form to everyone in my life. And I can accept that. I don't like it, but I can accept that. But to know that I am altogether expendable to someone that I believe is a soulmate to me, that's a tough pill to swallow, hombre. So here I am, where I said I would be. But I still feel positive. I still feel like there's a chance that this could be what is best for us. Because I can admit and I can hold on to the virtue that if it wasn't for this separation, I would not have started getting the help that I need. I would not have experienced the things I did in the hospital. I would not have experienced the change of pace that has instilled a newfound sense of militance in me to take care of myself and to help take care of those around me. But therein lies the fact that I have the potential to be the best version of me and still have to accept that that best version was replaceable by someone who finally got me to believe that that wasn't possible. The first person in the world that I believed with 100% certainty that I was not replaceable in some way will have completely done exactly that in less than a month's time of being separated from me. If that's supposed to be something that I sidestep or just immediately cope through, you tell me, but I don't fucking know. Hurt is hurt, man. Pain is relative. Pains that you had a year ago can be part of the pain you have today. And I have many similar pains, and yet none of them have ever reached the height of this. So while I feel the sympathy from past pains, I almost don't even know they're there, because they feel so dull in comparison to this loss. And I hope she has something nice to say to me, because I really need it. I wish that she cared enough about anything I had to say to want to talk to me, because I have a lot I'd like to have heard. There's a lot I would like to say. Just not in this space. So that's going to do it. I've rambled for almost 20 minutes. So that will make this just about an hour that I've done all this blabbing. And here's to hoping that tomorrow's another high and that I don't get my heart fucking completely eviscerated and my guts disemboweled by another text message that just makes me feel like an irrelevant piece of shit that doesn't matter to someone who means the world to me. Part of it, anyway. Big fucking chunk. And, what I wouldn't give to find the easiest way to boil all my feelings down enough into concise sentences. Instead of all this dialogue, this monologue, the fucking filibuster. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm over with it.